Alright, so pretty much this is my experience where I ended up in the hospital on MXE. So what led up to it? Alright, so it was storming outside, power went out. I was watching a movie on my laptop, but it died, and I was left with nothing to do. So I figured, I'll do some MXE, pass the time, wait for the power to come back on. I went, got a flashlight, got my MXE, poured out a little bit of I poured out what I thought was my regular dose, put it in a line, snorted it. After I snorted it, I figured, I'll just go outside, walk around a little bit, wait for it to start hitting me. I was outside for about 10 minutes, came back in, could start feeling slight effects, figured I should come back inside. Went down into my room. I blacked out fairly early. I was about 25 minutes into the experience, and I'm already blacked out. Next thing I remember is I'm laying in my bed, and I stood up, and then I fell back down into my bed, and I felt like I teleported, because during the time that I was falling, hit the bed, I was blacked out. I would come to as soon as I hit. That was kind of fun, so I did that a couple times. Then I blacked out again and found myself at the bottom of my stairs. How I got there, I have no idea. I remember I was just sitting there, thinking about like the end of the world in 2012 and how everyone was gonna die. Well, yeah, this happened about a little over a year ago. So yeah, I was thinking about the end of the world, 2012, and how everyone's gonna die. And then my dad comes in, because he was outside watching as they fixed the power line. So I'm just like, I see him, and I try to stand up and walk to my room like nothing was going on. That didn't work out too well. I stood up, and I fell back down. I don't even think I got to my knees, and I was starting to stand up, but I wasn't completely up. I fell. Then my dad thought I fell down the stairs, is what he thought. And then he told me to put on my shoes and get in the truck, because he thought I got a head injury or something. So then he was watching me put on my shoes, and it took me a good 10 minutes to get my shoes on. And that's when he realized I was fucked up on something, and then he thought I'd overdosed, which I kind of did. So then I finally get my shoes on, and I'm heading out towards the truck. So I'm heading out towards the truck. I get in. I had no idea where we were going. I honestly just thought we were going for a ride. It took me probably about 15 minutes to get my seatbelt on. Well, for a while I couldn't get it to click, so I just held it. I finally got it to click. When we arrived at the hospital, I had no idea where we were. But I remember walking in, but apparently my dad carried me in. When we get in, I don't remember anything besides that they put me in a room to take my blood pressure, then I blacked out again. And then what I remember after that is I'm on a stretcher and I'm being pushed somewhere. I'm looking up and I'm just watching as the lights flash by. But it looked like I was stationary, the lights were moving. I mean, I don't remember hearing anything, I just remember seeing the lights just flash by. I blacked out again. And this time, I'm in a wheelchair in the basement of the hospital. I think they wanted me to get an MRI machine or a CAT scan machine, They wanted me to get into some type of machine. I looked at it. I wanted nothing to do with it. The guy was like, "All right, you need to get up. You need to lay down on here." I just looked at him like he was fucking crazy. I was just like, I don't think so. Eventually, I stood up to get on it and I blacked out again. I think I remember sitting down on it, but not laying back, and I blacked out. So then the next thing I know, I'm coming to in an emergency room. I still didn't quite know where I was. And I see a nurse, he's doing something. And then I'm looking around, I just see all this shit connected into me, hooked up to me, all this stuff. And then I see my family standing around me, all with a whole bunch of sad faces, looking like I died or something. And then that's when I realized I was in the hospital. I was freaking out. I had no idea why I was there. I had no recollection of taking a drug. Pretty much anything that happened before that, I had no idea happened. So what I thought happened was I thought I'd been in a coma my entire life, and that I was just coming out of it, and that everything that had happened had just been a dream. And I thought the only reason I was coming out of this coma was so that I could die. I'm sitting here thinking that I'm about to die. And I remember talking to my mom, asking her if I was going to die over and over, and then telling her that I didn't want to die over and over. Got to a point where I just accepted death. I was just waiting for it to take me. But that's when I started to come down. And at this point, I'm at a pretty good MXE high at this point now that I'm coming down. I'm happy. I don't even care that I'm in the hospital. I'm cracking jokes. My family's there all like sad as fuck because they thought I was going to die or something. You know, and that's kind of it. Like aftermath, I go to drug counseling. Only went once though. Yeah. But overall, like at the time, it was a pretty bad experience. Like I said, it is a bad experience, but it's an interesting one. And I'm glad I had it, just for that. Well, yeah, that was my MXE experience that landed me in the hospital.